Good afternoon. My name is Anna Stewart. I'm the manager of the Drowning Prevention Coalition in Palm Beach County. And today, we're here to talk about life jackets, but oftentimes we know that life jackets aren't worn, and boaters need to expect the unexpected. Even the most experienced of boaters can have accidents. So when you're not wearing your life jacket, though we certainly encourage that, we want to make sure that everybody learns how to swim so they can save themselves if they ever go overboard. So swimming lessons are throughout Palm Beach County for both children and adults. If you want more information, please visit our website at pbcgov.org/DPC. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Carolyn Parrish, and I am the Public Information Coordinator in the South Region for the Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. It's very important that you take a boating education course. You can get some discounts on your boat insurance, as well as educate yourself on safe boating. So our agency offers a How to Boat Safe course. You can visit our website at www.myfwc.com/boating. So that's myfwc.com/boating. And you can get information and take the course. It is a free online course that you can take. Coast Guard, they also will teach the course, and there's other representatives out there in the industry that will offer that course. So boating education is very important. There's some legalities that we'll let the officers talk about further on in their presentation, and there is some laws about taking that boating education course if you're a certain age in the state. Some of the things that you can do before going boating is check your safety equipment on your boat. Every boat has different types of boating safety requirements depending on the size of the boat, the length of the boat. So some of those basics are going to be your PFD or your personal flotation device requirements, a sound producing device such as this whistle right here. Our agency gives them out as part of our outreach on boating safety, but a sound producing device is mandatory when you're operating a vessel. Another thing that we recommend is an EPIRB. So this is an emergency positioning beacon. And the way that it works, and here's two examples, is that these are fixed in the boat. And the EPIRB is designed to be in the boat, and in the event that the boat capsizes, it's automatically activated. Now, you do need to purchase this. You do need to register it with NOAA. And what happens is that when the device is activated, an emergency GPS location is transmitted to NOAA, and then therefore that also gets information passed to the Coast Guard as well as FWC, and we can come out and attempt to locate you based on that last GPS coordinate that this is transmitting. So these last for a period of up to 48 hours once they're activated, and again, these are the type that are installed in the vessel. They have another option, which is the same thing, and it's a personal emergency beacon. And you can wear this on your person. It works the same exact way. The battery life in this is only going to be about 24 hours. And you can wear this. It's activated actually manually, so this does not activate upon impact. It actually requires 2 steps of the user. You'd have to set the antenna and then press a button to activate it. So you do have a couple of different options to use, but we highly recommend that any boater invest in either one for the vessel or a personal locating device. And again, check your safety equipment. Whistles, sound producing devices, flares, lights for nighttime operation. You can find out all those boating regulations. We have handouts that are available at the agency. You can check our website again at myfwc.com/boating, and it will list all the regulations that you need and all the safety equipment. So and lastly, let's file a float plan. So a float plan is very basic. It's letting somebody know where you're going, who you're going with, where you've launched your boat from, what your intended time of return is. Those are all important factors for us. If we get a call at FWC and letting us know that there's an overdue boater, those are going to be standard questions that we're asking the caller. We want to make sure that we know where to start looking for the subjects. So file a float plan, let somebody know your intentions for the day and what time you're due to return, and that way, if you don't return at that intended time, we can start assisting in locating where you're at.
Good afternoon. My name is David Summers. I'm a registered nurse and a paramedic, the Trauma Nurse Outreach Coordinator for the Trauma Agency Healthcare District, Palm Beach County. also here representing with others behind me from the Water Smart Palm Beach County Coalition. This is Boater Safety Week. With the holidays this weekend, we want everyone to be as safe as possible. But remember, Palm Beach County is number 6 for reported boating incidences as of 2015, according to what FWC has investigated. Top 3 primary causes: inattention while boating, operator inexperience, and weather. Top 3 types of incidences, and notice I don't call them accidents or crashes. These are incidences because they encompass more than just boat crashes. Is vessel colliding, collisions with fixed objects, and flooding your boat. This has resulted in 41 incidences in 2015. 2 of those encompass fatalities. 13 had injuries with their incident, and 26 were without injuries. And these are just what's been reported to FWC. In the world of trauma, over the past 2 years, we have had more than 10 traumatic incidences to where patients had to go to one of our 2 trauma centers here in Palm Beach County, St. Mary's Medical Center or Delray Medical Center. And these are the worst of the worst. These are the injuries that are life and limb threatening. We've had traumatic brain injuries, spinal cord injuries, lumbar fractures, pelvic injuries, leg fractures, broken ribs, collapsed lungs, and in years prior, we've had propeller injuries that have been very much in the media. 2/3 of these cases in 2014 and 2015, 2/3 have been under 18 years old that have come to the trauma service. So what can we do for prevention? Besides what you've already heard and what you'll hear also, besides your life jackets, learn how to swim, follow a float plan, and boating while intoxicated, make some smart choices. Make very smart choices, especially with this weekend coming up, and we know how busy our waterways are going to be. Just like you're driving a car, your boating needs your constant attention. Know where you're going. Text while you're floating, not boating. Proper injuries happen very, very quickly. So when you have somebody in the water, turn off the engine. Use your kill switch lanyards. And also know that not all forms of water mix well with alcohol. So don't drink and boat. And above all, avoid a collision. Be safe and have a great year. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Officer Amy Moore with the Law Enforcement Division of FWC. We want to remind boaters that FWC, or the state of Florida, has a 0 tolerance for boating under the influence. Boaters that are operating, if you are drinking, you need to assign someone else that is not drinking to operate the vessel. There's 20% in 2015, 20% of boating deaths were drug and alcohol related. So make sure that you have a designated operator and be safe.
Good afternoon, my name is Liz Schmidt and I'm with the Water Smart Palm Beach County Coalition as well as the YMCA Drowning Prevention. Water Smart Palm Beach County was started about a little over a year ago to bring together all interested parties in drowning prevention and water safety. We're a multifaceted coalition that brings together aquatics departments from around the county, boating safety from around Palm Beach County, all coming together to be safer around water. Palm Beach County ranks high in the nation for drowning related deaths and boating fatalities for our country, and so we wanted to make sure that we're doing something about it. Today I'm going to talk really quickly about the importance of wearing your life jacket. We've heard that before in these presentations. However, making sure that you have the proper life jacket for your proper activity is very important, and making sure that you wear something that's comfortable. A life jacket like this is best used in emergency situations, whereas a life jacket like this is best used in recreational. And making sure that when you get life jackets for your kids, you get ones that are comfortable for them so that they will wear them and that they fit. Also, it's important to make sure that when you purchase a life jacket for use on the water, that it has the United States Coast Guard seal on it, so that it's a U.S. Coast Guard approved life vest. Most life jackets that you purchase, some of them will have this symbol and some of them will not, so check to make sure you have that prior to using it on the water. We also have these styles right here, which are great. These are the inflatable styles of life vests. And these are great for hot days like today. You can wear these on the water all day long, and they reduce bulk and uncomfortableness. In life jackets like these, there's no excuse to not wear your life vest. We're gonna do a demonstration a little bit later. I'm actually gonna be jumping in the water with this version on, so you can see how they work in action. But this style is like a fanny pack style. You wear it here, so it also reduces or prevents reduction of mobility, so you can use it while doing activities such as fishing. Thank you.
We want to remind boaters that the type that inflate when they're in the water, they have to be worn in order for them to be in accordance with the regulation for the U.S. Coast Guard. They have to be worn. I need to reiterate that. This will only work for you if you're wearing it and you go in the water. It will inflate. Even if you've been struck on the way out of the vessel, you don't have to worry about it inflating like you self-inflating it. It will inflate on its own when you go overboard.
Some of the legalities about life jackets too, just to go over that. So children under 6 years of age and under are required by law to have that life jacket on when the vessel is underway. Other than that, other than what Officer Moore just explained with the horseshoe and the fanny pack life jacket, those have to be worn for them to meet the requirements. And other than that, there is no law that requires, but safe boating is smart boating, and you should always wear your life jacket when you're on that vessel. You don't want to be in a situation where you're attempting to locate the life jacket, attempting to locate the life jacket in a compartment in an emergency situation. So it's always safe and best practice to wear that life jacket when operating a vessel.
This is a highly suggested form of flotation because it's already on you. It is very lightweight, and when you go over, if let's say you hit your head on the way out, it'll inflate on its own. Let's say you don't, and there's a ripcord, so there's a secondary option, and a third is on the inside panel. There's a tube, so you can blow it up on your own. So if you're in the water for a long time and it starts to lose air, you can add more air to it, and they're usually a bright yellow color, so it'll be seen out in the water. Also, I forgot to mention, as far as our zero tolerance policy, boaters that are operating the vessel and under the influence, we will be arresting you. And our FWC officers are going to be very vigilant, watching out for all the boaters that are out there. They'll see signs. You can't hide it. It's just like if you're driving. If they find you to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs, you will be arrested. Okay?
Yeah. We have one additional speaker. I'm going to introduce Mr. Blue Stefanos, if you can come up, sir. And he's just going to share a few words with you about boating safety. So, thank you.
Hi, how you guys doing? Just wanted to share with you, obviously, all this is very important, We know that from watching the news, seeing everything that's been reported on as far as our case. And it's been a lot of things in the process of making things a lot easier to deal with situations. These EPIRBs make all the difference in the world. We started a foundation. We got a bill passed through the foundation. Rick Scott signed it. Basically, you're going to get a percentage off your boat registration by having EPIRB. This is the only thing that's going to work out there, to be honest. If you get into a situation, you're that far off, and the VHF's not working, it's not reaching anyone, the cell phone's not reaching anyone. This is what's going to make a difference. This is all done by satellite. This is the difference between a rescue and a search. And time is of the essence out there. So I urge everyone to do the best they can this summer. Protect your loved ones, remind your loved ones, and pay attention to what's going on. And just, it's not even just you, it's the people around you. There might be someone around you that is struggling, and you see that, and you're able to make a difference and impact their lives, So we just got to take care of each other and look out for each other, and use everything that we can to accommodate the safest environment that we can create for each other. So thank you guys very much. I really, you guys have done a great job. You guys are scaring me a little bit, but that's great, man. It's an honor to be here and be able to, try to do something positive here, because it's been such a tragedy, everything that's taken place. So, thank you.
So as we stated before, this is a personal flotation device. This is one of the ones that when you jump in the water, it's going to inflate on its own. Now, there are extenuating circumstances where you may or may not have to use the jerk tab, or like I'd stated before, if you're in the water for an extended period of time and it starts to deflate, there's a tube here that you can manually inflate and add so that you stay afloat as long as possible. There's a cartridge on this side. Please monitor your PFDs, your personal flotation device, and make sure that it's in the green, or that there's a green tab. Different makers have it separate, show that indicator differently. It'll either be on the inside and it'll go from green to red, or this green tab will disappear. So when the cartridge does not show green, there are cartridges that you can purchase separately, so you don't always have to buy a new vest. You can just reinsert a good cartridge. So make sure that you're checking for that indicator every time before you go out. Before you launch your vessel, make sure that you've checked your cartridge to see that it's working.
Okay, you guys ready? Okay. As you can see, it's very quick. Then, it's floating.
So you see how it's a bright yellow. It's very, very easily seen out in the middle of a blue ocean. That tab for blowing it up is very close to your mouth, so it's not as stressful if you're injured. It's easier to access. And then there's a whistle, so that if there's a boat going by that may not see you from even a reasonable distance, you can try to make noise.
When's the best time to pull the string? As soon as you hit the water and you go under the water?
For this type, I would pull it as soon as you hit the water. For the other types, they're going to inflate the second you hit the water as well.
Yep, so I was underwater when this was inflating. And you can see it's doing exactly what it's meant to do. Keep my head out of the water, so it's forcing me to stay on my back.
Liz, you want to try turning over onto your stomach to show them how it'll rotate you back over if it's even possible?
Just trying to avoid the barnacles. Alright, so if I were to go on my stomach, see, it's still keeping my head out. It's still keeping my head out of the water. But it's very easy to flip back over on my back. Still keeping my head out of the water.
Are there any questions? All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Liz.
Thanks, Liz.
Talk to me about what you're holding.
All right, so this is the CO2 cartridge, and basically the way that this works inside the vest or inside the fanny pack is it's filled with pounds. It has a certain amount of CO2, and the green will gauge the pounds of pressure that are inside this cartridge. So as it slowly loses its pounds per pressure, then the green disappears, and or depending on which item you're using, either the green clip will dissolve off, or it'll switch from green to red. And then you can repurchase these and insert them back into your whatever vest or fanny pack you're using.
Same kind of concept. You'll see, I'll go in, I'll inflate it underwater, and then I'll put it on. There we go. Here's my tubes for inflation, and I'm hanging out.
And as you stated, this type is less restrictive as far as comfortability. So that stigma of this big bulky orange thing that nobody wants to wear is eliminated if you wear one of these.
No excuse not to wear a life.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.